Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor. This is the case of Sanchez versus Guzman.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Well, good day, everyone.
Hello, Judge.
Ms. Sanchez, you claim that the defendant, Mr. Guzman, plays a disappearing act when it comes to your child.
Yes, ma'am.
You say he not only doubts he is your daughter's father, but he constantly puts other women before her and he drifts in and out of your lives.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, today, you are seeking the results of a paternity test to try to get him to step up and act like a father
Yes, ma'am.
and a real man.
Yes, ma'am.
You are also requesting the court award you $544.50 in child care costs for his half of your daughter's expenses.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Guzman.
Yes, ma'am.
You say you are here to defend yourself against Ms. Sanchez's allegations and confront her about her infidelity.
Yes, Your Honor.
You've even brought a witness to court today who will prove Ms. Sanchez is a cheater and a liar.
Yes, Your Honor.
And today you will clear your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Guzman, what do you think is the real motive as to why your ex wants this paternity test?
Your Honor, it has nothing to do with the children. I believe it has more or less to do with me and her. She wants me here. She wanted me to come here and just to be around me.
Your Honor, nobody wants to be with a controlling, possessive person. He can do what he wants and go sleep with other women and leave me sitting at home waiting for him, and it doesn't happen that way. Your Honor, yes, I have slept with other people, and I have gave oral sex to other men, but it's not...
Oh, no big deal.
We weren't in a steady relationship, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez, so you're saying that you had sexual extracurricular activities, we'll call them, but you weren't in a committed relationship at the time?
No, he was sleeping with other people himself. He was in and out as he pleases. There would be a time he'd leave for a month and go love a girl and be in a steady relationship and then come back and tell me the same and play family guy.
I wouldn't go out doing what I wanted to. I left because of the fact that she didn't want to do anything I asked her to do. You know, I told her it's my way or the highway. You can either be a family person, or you can do whatever you want to go out, have fun, and go to parties and do what you want.
That was not
So wait a minute. Now, you were cheating as well?
Yes.
No, I was not cheating. She had done what she did.
Sleeping around is considered cheating. Sleeping around is considered cheating.
If you're doing what you want, then I don't see why I can't.
Don't play a fool.
Mr. Guzman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez has admitted to cheating.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what leads you to your doubt?
Yes, Your Honor. It does, because of the fact that she went skinny dipping with two of my friends. My friends let me know she went skinny dipping with them, and
skinny dipping is considered sex now. You can have kids by skinny dipping.
When they went in the house, Your Honor, she went into the room behind locked doors with him, and when they woke up in the next morning, she came out with one of my friends. And another thing is when we had a break, I came back to her house, I was putting my stuff in her closet, and I found a men's clothing.
Well, if you were taking care of business and not walking out on me with other females, it would be your clothes. Don't worry what's in my house. I pay my rent and my bills. No.
So, were you faithful during this time?
No.
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
If men can have kids, he would have like 20
I was.
of them.
She doesn't want to sit there and say
He sleeps around left and right. And he lets everybody know about it because he tells all these girls he loves them and such. No.
So, are you denying paternity of Michaela to mask your infidelities?
No, Your Honor.
Or do
He's
you
insecure.
truly
He wants to
have
be
doubts
control
as
of
to whether or
everything.
not
I truly have doubts about it. I do. I have doubts because of the fact of what she's done in...
You have doubts because you want to run amok and it's an excuse for you to go run amok. No.
No.
So as you look at this beautiful child, do you see yourself?
Yep. That's all him. Can I get a round of applause?
No, because of her face,
him.
her hair color, everything. It's not, honestly.
Have you been a father to her?
No.
I believe I am. I help out when I can,
Your Honor,
but I'm not going to take care of a kid that I don't know
child-
100% is mine.
Okay. Let's go to your witness.
He ain't
Please
handicapped.
stand,
He
sir.
can do it all the time.
State your name.
My name is Joe Guzman.
Mr. Guzman, you are the defendant's brother?
Yes.
And what would you like to add?
I'd like to add that I went to a party and I witnessed her walk into a room with another guy. She
Why
went in
don't
the
you
room.
mind your business?
She
What
locked
I
the
do
door.
is
She
none
was
of
in
your
there for a good
business.
30, 45
What
minutes.
I do is
You know,
none of
there's
your business.
nobody else in the
If
room.
your brother
It's just
was
her
taking
and
So
a
care-
man.
wait.
I wouldn't
Hold
have to be
on,
in another
Ms.
room.
Sanchez, hold on. So, Mr. Guzman, is it your testimony that you've witnessed Ms. Sanchez at a party walk into a room with another man.
Yes.
And she's behind a closed door
Yes,
for
she
30 or
spent
45 minutes and then
minutes in there.
emerge.
Yes.
Now, is this during the time that she's supposedly in a relationship with your brother?
She said she wasn't. She said that they were on a break, but when are they not on a break?
What is this? Is this an on and off again relationship, but it's more off than on?
It's off
and then
when-
everything
no, it's
is
off.
a break.
Ridiculous.
Like, this is not college. You all are producing children potentially,
When-
and you
no,
all keep
but
talking
when
about
he
you on
wants-
break. I'm on break. I'm on winter break. I'm on spring break. This is ridiculous. Were you or were you not in a relationship?
Once he found out I was
I
pregnant,
believe
we
you
were
were.
not in a relationship. He came around when he wanted, Your Honor. The only time that I was messing around
came
is
around
on our
when she
breaks.
wanted to-
And
she
our
wanted to have
breaks
sex.
consist.
That was about it.
What is a break?
It's when Eric says, I can't do this no more, and he walks out with a bag because he got nowhere else to go because he's messing with some rack old females that can't afford their own place. I take care of my kids 24/7. So what I do, if I am or not sleeping with another man, this guy needs to understand if he was working the sheets right, I wouldn't be going to get it anywhere else.
She sat there and she asked me for sex just a month and a half.
When I
ago.
can't get it
She
somewhere,
asked me
yes,
just a
I
month
go
and a half
to you.
ago.
Why not?
She sits
Why
there
not?
and acts like
Don't
she
be
doesn't
mad
want me
because you're
right
giving
now.
it to me, right?
Wait a minute. So you have an older child and now Michaela.
Yes.
And Michaela's paternity is what really destroyed this relationship.
Yes.
Yes.
And you've admitted that you were with other people during the time of conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
And therefore, you must understand the source of his doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. The bottom line is, Mr. Guzman, there are times when you look at this young woman and you say, I do want to be in a relationship. We do have an older child together. We potentially have 2 children. And then the next thing you know, that doubt begins to resurface in your mind. And then you act out, you pack up, and you leave again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, even though it is understandable why that doubt continues to rummage through your mind because she's admitted that she was sleeping with other people, you have to understand how completely frustrating it can be and overwhelming, not just
Your
to
Honor, my
Ms.
daughter
Sanchez,
is-
but to the children, that you keep coming back home like you're gonna be a family, then the next thing you know, you're full of doubt. As she said, you pack your little bag and leave out the house, only to come again.
Your Honor,
This
my
is
daughter is 4
exhausting
years-
even for me to listen to. I can't imagine living it. And then, Ms. Sanchez, why do you keep letting him in?
Because I love him. I came from a family that my mother raised us herself. And he came into my life as my best friend. When things were going on in the home, he would take me out. He was my security. I want this to work for the sake of my kids. If you can't do it, then let me know. Stop playing games with my heart and telling me I want to be a family man and then walk out on me and my kids. My kids have to suffer, not me. When he wants to come and be Mr. Family Man, it's okay. But then he sits there and the next day, I'm not your daddy. He's turned to my daughter and told her, tell your mommy to find your real daddy because I ain't your daddy.
Hold on. Mr. Guzman, is that true?
I never said that I wasn't your dad. I never told her in front of her face. I told me and Martha were
Hold
talking.
on 1 second. Take that smirk off your face and answer my question. Did you look at that little girl?
Me and her mom were having a discussion, and I told her mother that she needs to find the real father for her child.
While my daughter
In
was
front
present.
of her?
Yes.
No,
Yes, Your Honor.
Michaela was in the living room while we were in the
No,
room.
Your Honor.
But of course, she's gonna make me look bad. You know, that's just what she does.
Why won't he tell
No,
you about the time that
the
he
truth
brought
is
his-
you're making yourself look bad, because if a child is in earshot of something you're saying about your relationship, but especially regarding her paternity, that's very small of you to
ask him
even risk that a child could hear something like that.
Ask him about
That
the
could
time he
affect her
brought-
for the rest of her life.
Your Honor.
Now, let me say this. You're a grown man,
That's right.
and you can't live with the doubt. You got one child that you know is yours, and you can't keep your butt at home long enough because the doubt is plaguing me, you say, right?
Right.
Imagine the seed you're planting in that child's mind when you let her know that there may be doubt regarding who her father is. Now you're putting that same misery that you're living with on her. Is that fair?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Sanchez, what are you trying to say? I'm sorry,
This has been going on since when I found out I was pregnant. During my pregnancy, he was doubting in and out as well. As a pregnant woman, the only support I had was friends here and there. When I ended up pregnant and in labor, I had a scheduled C-section due to my first pregnancy being a C-section. I went in, I had the baby, he came last minute. And when he got there, he had the nerve to ask me if his little girlfriend can come into my labor room and see the baby. And at that time, I already knew they were sleeping together because it was posted on MySpace, Facebook, and all this other stuff.
Nobody was sleeping with anybody.
Yes,
it was a friend. It was a mutual friend of ours.
Look, I have had a baby. I've been in the hospital. It's not a time for extra guests. It ain't no guest list. Who are you bringing up to the hospital after I just had my baby talking about can they see the baby? You don't even want that many people to hold your baby. All the mothers are saying, absolutely. Who is this woman you brought up there?
It was a mutual friend. We've known her since childhood, and she wanted to just come to see the kid.
So you've both known her since childhood.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you believe that he had something going on with this girl.
It's guaranteed. I 100% sure this female slept with him.
Did you?
After the fact.
Mr. Guzman, look, first of all, I want to say, I know why you have doubt. Ms. Sanchez has admitted to her behavior, and that gives you good reason to have doubt. However, bringing another woman up to the hospital when you're having a baby potentially with another young woman, and then indicating that later, yes, I did sleep with that woman.
Yeah, I could see where that looks bad, Your Honor.
Yes, it looks really bad.
It doesn't look, it is really bad.
Ms. Sanchez, for everything you've gotten wrong, because you honestly don't know who the father of your child is.
Yes, Your Honor.
But there's one thing you're getting right, is you're trying to break a cycle.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say your mother raised you. You had no father in your life.
No, Your Honor.
And you don't want that for your children.
No. He comes from a family of his mother raising 7 of them herself. So why would he want that for his daughter? And he sets her up. Oh, I'm going to take her out for her birthday. So I tell her, your daddy's coming to take you out for your birthday. He don't show up. He knows how that feels because his daddy used to do it to him.
Mr. Guzman, you walking a fine line with me today. Did you tell the baby you were coming to get her for her birthday and didn't show up?
I have never done that, honestly, Your Honor. No. I've never done that.
He said he was coming to pick her up?
Yes.
Every time I've said I was going to pick them up, I come to pick them up.
Because he refuses to give me money for anything. Babies don't live for free. You understand me? They need food. They need backpacks. They need clothes. They need everything. And he feels they live for free. He won't hand me a penny.
So that leads to your suit. You are suing for $544.50, which is half of $1,089, which is the amount you say you've spent. Now, Mr. Guzman, have you helped pay for any of the expenses that are outlined here?
I've given her money for them, yeah.
Because he don't got a number. 0.00 ain't a number. Sorry.
All right.
Who was there? Not you. I should have brought one of my little sugar daddies to come help me. That's what you're not understanding. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
That's why I don't want to be with her or around her ever.
Okay. On the one hand, couples do fall out, and there are harsh words spoken between both, and quite frankly, they can cut like daggers. Only problem is when there's 2 beautiful, innocent children in between the daggers, they can potentially hit them. So you got a smart mouth, and you telling how you should get your sugar daddy, and he's talking about how you sleep around, and what we've already come to realize in this court is that a child could potentially have heard this. You got one child you know is the both of yours. You're downgrading that child's mother, that child's father. You need to stop it. It's nonsense. Now, I can't rule on this particular claim until I know the results of the paternity. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go to the results. Jerome, do you have the envelope?
I do.
The results were prepared today by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. When it comes to 4-year-old Michaela Guzman, Mr. Guzman,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are her father.
I told you, and look at everything you missed out on.
Are you serious? I have to deal with her now? I'm gonna have to deal with
You've
her?
been
For how
having to
much
deal
longer?
with me. You don't want to do anything.
I have one kid,
You
and I have
don't wanna do
another.
anything.
This is great.
You know, I would have expected something better for a man that just found out he was the father of this beautiful little girl. I would have expected more. And just when I was about to dig into Miss Sanchez about her downgrading you, you go and live up to her very low expectations of you by proclaiming, now I got to deal with her, now I got to deal with her. That's so immature. Now, Miss Sanchez, you're very emotional, and I want to know what it is you're feeling.
Because my daughter has suffered. Because when it came to me wanting to spend holidays with him, that ain't my kid. Why do I gotta spend holidays with you? I want my kids to be able to wake up with their dad and mom and open presents together, or go to a place and have Thanksgiving together.
I have no
and my
problem
daughter
with,
has had to
having my
suffer
kids
because
and
of
taking
his
care of my kids.
immaturities.
Yeah, I don't want to have nothing to do with her, though.
So let's talk reality, because this court is about how do we go forward. It has been determined that you are Michaela's father. You are now responsible for her. As it relates to her claim for $544.50, her suit, because she has spent that money and has provided the court with expenses, you owe her that money.
That's not a problem, Your Honor.
You understand?
That's not a problem.
Lastly, you don't want to have to be with her to want to be a good father to your children.
And I do, Your Honor.
And Ms. Sanchez, you make sure you set the example for those young girls. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Every time there's a problem, you don't run into the next man's arms. That's what got you in trouble right here.
Yes, Your Honor.
You learn how to be a strong woman. And sometimes you have to learn how to figure things out on your own. But you're not always looking for a savior in life. You can save yourself. You two, I wish you the best of luck and get it together. Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think Judge Lake has a lot of good points. You know, my immaturities, I need to enhance them for the sake of my children. I need to be a role model. They are young ladies, and I need them to be influenced by someone positive.
I'm glad I got the results, and I know what I have to do now, and I'm gonna go from it, and that's it. We're done as far as I'm concerned with me and her.